So he's not going to play the next game, and we'll just figure it out. I got the same diagnosis that you all heard, and this was kind of an odd game. With Giannis being out, Tyler being out, there's a lot of moving parts throughout the course of the game. And then, there's some moments that got a little bit harrowing, but our guys showed a lot of grit, to be able to handle a lot of different things. And they made, a few pushes during the game, and we were able to hold them off and secure one win. And that's it. That's all we're thinking about right now. So we got to, just figure out, and rest and get ready for what we can expect is a very competitive game, too.
Another two-word question, Jimmy Butler.
Yeah. I feel like I've said so many different things over the course of these 4 years, but he is just a brilliant competitor. He does it on both ends of the court, and he has an innate feel for what's necessary during the course of a game. We needed, obviously, some offensive punch, some triggers, just something to settle us all down, particularly when we found out Tyler was out. And Jimmy was able to do it in a lot of different ways, in the post, the elbows, the mid-post, as a screener, as a handler in pick and roll. We needed all of that. But none of this was happening without a lot of different contributions. Everybody that played, put their fingerprints on it in some fashion, and that's what you need in the playoffs, particularly against a very good team.
Tyler, I guess it was on that dive for the loose ball. He was kind of in front of y'all's bench, seemed to be in pain. Was it a deal where y'all kind of knew it was pretty significant?
Yeah, he was in so much pain, but I didn't really know what it was. I mean, there's a lot of times you jam a finger or this or that, and you get a stinger in the elbow, and then it kind of wears off after 30 seconds. So I didn't burn a timeout there. Because things were moving kind of fast, and I couldn't even understand what he was saying. I've had enough of those where it isn't something, and you're able to run down and guys say they're okay. But clearly, he was not.
Mix of his help between Bam and Jimmy against Brooks' drop. Is this kind of the shot profile they're going to have through the series? Yeah,
and it may differ at different points of the game, but. Jimmy was able to be assertive, throughout the course of the game, and then when we really needed some relief buckets, this is now for a long time. Bam really, working on that. Our team working on that against that coverage. He was able to knock down some big ones down the stretch that just kept that separation. But that's not something that's just happened, in the last 48 hours.
And then the flip side of that, how important was it that Kevin was able to broke out with some bigs as well?
Yeah. You can just never underestimate the decorated veteran experience of guys that have been proven winners, and that's what Kevin brought us tonight in a totally different way, but in a similar way as Jimmy. There was a calmness to him, a competitive fire to him. That's a hard balance to have both those things, and he knocked down some big ones. To keep their defense honest. I mean, what they do is very unique, but he was able to knock down a few of those. His rebounding was good. His pick and roll coverage was very solid. But this is not his first rodeo. He's been in a lot of these kind of games.
Knowing full well that defense is first, but the fact that you average what you average at +9 during the regular season offensively and start the playoffs at 130 says what about where the offense has transitioned?
Yeah, right now it's by any means necessary. I'm not even looking at like that because the next game could be totally in the mud and it could be an Eastern Conference game in the 90s. I think probably since we've had to play a lot of different styles this year due to the moving parts that we've had to be defensive minded, keep games close. We've also had opportunities where we score a bunch of points and maybe in some way that's helped us, develop some different kind of games that you definitely need in the playoffs.
Given what you're saying about Kevin, his experience and what he can bring in the playoffs, were you guys surprised that you were able to get him in February when you
Yeah, I don't know. You know, every team's going through, something. It was a positional and team fit for us. So much of this league is about fit and timing. You know, regardless of the player or the situation. For us, there was a need for a guy like Kevin. And, it happened, just at the right time. And he's had to, figure things out. But he's an experienced veteran player that truly cares about winning. So those guys, they figure out how to fit in and complement, what you're doing. And that's what he's done. All right. Thank you.